Grit with Grace is brought to you by Zoetis. Your dedication runs deep, and it fuels everything Zoetis does. To protect and support cattle and those who care for them, we are born of the bond. Learn more at bornofthebond.com.
Well, exhibitors here at World Dairy Expo are passionate about showing and their livestock. And this weekend, we meet one such show woman dreaming of a trip to here in Madison as the next big step in her future. And Clinton Griffiths shares her incredible journey of Grit with Grace.
Oh yeah, get the snack.
It takes a lot of days of this
You're fine.
to get here. The 2022 All-American Dairy Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. For Reese Burdette and her family, each precious step is quite literally a miracle. The Burdette family lives and farms just outside of Mercersburg at a dairy that's just the right size to keep two teenagers busy.
And she'll water and I'll grain, and then she'll get milk and I'll feed milk, and then she'll do bottles. And then we usually get done fast, and then if we have to, we go walk our calves.
A step-by-step process that Justin and Claire are only too happy to watch.
Oftentimes it can bring tears to your eyes when you look back to where we were, knowing how hard it has been and still how hard it is for her.
She has some grit and determination also, and she likes to prove to people that she's capable of doing it.
I mean, it's difficult, but everybody has difficulties in the ring.
The challenges for Reese started Memorial Day weekend in 2014 during a visit to her grandparents' house.
It was a Sunday evening, and what we now know was an electrical fire started in the room that Reese was in.
Claire's mother rushed into the flames to get Reese, while her stepdad went after Sister Brinkley.
I remember getting out and sitting on the porch and waiting.
Reese, badly burned, was taken to Johns Hopkins in Maryland.
I was in a lot of pain and scared, and they were telling me all these different things that I didn't know.
First they told us we'd be there 1 to 2 weeks, and then it turned to 1 to 2 months, and we were like, well, how are we going to do this? How are we going to continue to farm, both of us being away? And then it turned into 662 days.
662 days of recovery, of setbacks and unknowns.
Through this journey, Reese has had 5 cardiac arrests. She lost her leg in the hospital in that first couple weeks there, blood flow issues.
The machine has saved her life.
Caused some problems.
And one of those was losing her leg, but our surgeon looked us right in the face and said, if it was my child, I'd do it.
Was she supposed to make it?
No.
No. You have to be willing to have bad days to make good days.
The good days often overshadowed by the difficult ones. From the amputation to learning to stand and eventually walk again, Reese's parents recognized she needed a goal. Enter Pantene.
She was actually the first calf I showed at our county fair.
A cow with an extra hold on Reese's heart. After weeks in the hospital, a friend from home was her incentive to keep stepping forward.
So one of her doctors, he's a little off the wall thinking, and he's like, well, bring Pantene down here. Like, oh, just like that? Yep, just like that. Right through the streets of Baltimore we went with a trailer and into the main entrance of Hopkins.
She came to visit me in the hospital when I first learned to stand up, and that really made me want to get home.
It was definitely a moment, and it also gave the nurses and doctors that were fighting along with us for Reese a perspective on where she came from, what she loved. So it gave them a different side of her to know what really motivated her and gave her the drive to get home.
Just 2 months shy of 2 years, Reese came home to a hero's welcome.
There was a lot of people, and one of the first things we did was come down here and see Pantene.
The guilt that I had for 2 years of doing anything without Reese. We were a family of 4 again, and I felt like it was okay to laugh again. It was okay to go out to dinner again. It was okay to go to the movies because we weren't slighting her in any way. we were all included as one.
A family, a farm, together again, ready to restart the life they'd put on pause.
We know that she has something in store for her. She's meant to be here, and we don't know how her story's going to unfold, but it will.
Reese returned to the show ring, the first year needing a wheelchair to back her up.
Showing and going to shows is some of my favorite memories I have. I was actually telling my friend most of my favorite memories are made at Harrisburg.
Now her sights are on Madison.
Working on it.
Along with showing, she's taken up dance and FFA between continued trips to the hospital.
She had a trach since 2014, and that was taken out this last year. And the progress she's made from that has been amazing. She had a leg revision, and that's helped her mobility so much more.
She's been walking around more, so it's probably easier. It's easier for her to feed hay and stuff. It's easier for her to water. I still have to hook up the water for her sometimes. Most of the time, she just doesn't want to do it.
Spoken like a true sibling. It's all part of a future without limits.
She has visions of going to college. I've given her a 3-hour radius.
Our reality for Reese is that Reese is normal.
Yes.
She needs her childhood that she missed. She needs to get all that back. And when she starts driving next year, we'll probably wish she was back in the hospital, but yeah.
These steps along life's path seem so small for most. For Reese, they're the road back to a future nearly lost, now stacked high with possibilities.
You get so caught up in the little things. And at the end of the day, those little things don't matter. It's the big picture. As long as you have your health and your family, it's all that matters.
For U.S. Farm Report, I'm Clinton Griffiths.
Thanks, Clinton. And at the Harrisburg All-American Show last month, Reese was 5th in showmanship out of 140 kids. Also, as Clinton said, Reese's grandmother rushed into that burning room to save her. She also spent about 2 months in the hospital and has since recovered. A picture of the two of them there. What a story. Well, when we come back, John Phipps gives his take on cotton. That's customer support next.
What's the future of cotton in the U.S.?
Over 10,000 years ago, mankind first domesticated cattle. At this exact same time, cattle domesticated us. Our two species have worked together and taken care of each other for centuries. Zoetis is today's advanced answer to that ancient bond. We help make it stronger, healthier, more robust. We are born of the bond.